I just wanted to talk briefly about something a little bit political that has a lot to do with my business and may have a lot to do with yours today. Because I was having a chat with various people on, I think it was the subject of healthcare, a little while ago in the last week. And I was overhearing sort of two people commenting about my views to each other, saying that it was very likely that I was getting my opinions from the fake news media. And yeah, I hear that a lot, and I'm left of centre myself in terms of my own political persuasion, and I'm quite happy to be able to have people who disagree with me and to have those kind of discussions that that matter a lot if we're going to move our own democracies on, and if we're going to develop our own ideas about what's right, because we all change as we get older, right? The problem I've got is not political. It's not left or right or Conservative or Labour in the UK or Democratic or Republican for me. It's the problem is where you're getting your opinions from and what forms those opinions and what basis on which you make your decisions. Because if you close yourself off to listening to a narrow section of media or anyone in particular for your opinions and your views, if you're borrowing effectively their views, if you're only hearing the facts from one particular source, you've got a problem, whether that be left, right, or in the middle, in political terms, because you give away your power. You press pause on your own conscience, and you become a bit of a sponge for whatever they want you to think. And I think there's a danger there politically for us all, but there's a danger for our businesses too. Because it's very easy when we're in our offices at home or wherever we are, tapping away and trying to make a difference to the people we're connected with alone, that we assume that we understand them. We assume we know what they want, and we're producing content that we think they're going to like and kind of measuring its effectiveness and then refining our strategy from there. And a lot of people do that and are successful with that strategy. But the success comes from listening and refining that strategy over time. I would encourage anyone who's wanting to succeed in marketing or growing a list or growing an audience or growing their influence online or anywhere else to spend an awful lot of time listening to people. I've spent the last week talking to people I'm connected with, people who I'm happy enough gave me an hour of their time or so to be able to have a bit of a chat about their own goals, their own progress, their own barriers to success, what's getting in the way of where they want to be, and why they're making a lot of the decisions they're making. And I tell you what, every single conversation you have with a customer or someone connected with you surprises you in one way or another. And every single conversation I've had over the last 12 months of doing this has refined my view of what my business means to me, refined my view of my voice and the value that I can bring the world. And it's just so valuable. You can't replace it. You can't replace it by endless scribbling on mind maps or reading or internet research until you get into conversation with someone where you can really understand where they're coming from, their motivations, sometimes it's just the odd little thing they might say that makes you think, oh, that's what my business means, or that's the benefit that I'm trying to communicate, that they've communicated so much better than I could ever do. I just wanted to pass that along because where you get your information from and the extent to which you are open to opposing opinions is just so important in democracy and in politics and in making decisions about voting and in keeping the people that represent us or who are paid to represent us accountable for what they do. It's just so important for our businesses too. Have those conversations with the people connected to you. I don't care how small your list is. Send out an email today that says, please drop everything and talk to me about your business, about your life. Get close enough to people so that you can do that. Have conversations offline, off media. Get on the phone to people and actually have a conversation where you can really listen, because it'll make a big difference to the development of your voice, the development of your your business and finding that focus that's going to be successful for you. If following listening to this, you want to have a chat to me, I've got no axe to grind. I'm not selling coaching or anything like that. And I don't pretend to have all the answers. I've got a level of experience that's come from 20 years doing what I've done. And I believe that I can offer an opinion or a point of view that would help most people I'm connected with. If you want to have that conversation, if you want to have a frank exchange of views, if you want to tell me a little bit about you, I guarantee I'm going to gain as much as you're going to gain from the conversation, and we can do that. We can do that in an honest way between two people. If you don't want to talk to me, find someone you can talk to. Find someone who you can bounce ideas off, because it helps you develop your own voice, your own business, and your own focus. Have a fantastic weekend, and enjoy affecting the people who are connected to you in positive ways. It's a wonderful world we live in, where we're all so easily connected to people that need our help. Have a great weekend, and lots of love from the UK.